maybe I'll be able to. What's going on, everybody? Can everybody hear and see me? Because I'm getting an F in this tonight. You can hear me and see me, Scott. All right, we're trying to get Scott into the chat, so give me just a second, because I am obviously a rookie. I'm a real rookie. We're trying to get Scott. All right, Scott, I sent it again. We'll see what we got. Okay, so I sent Scott the link. We're going to see if does that work, Scott? Hothead. So yeah, tonight's show is about the Green Room meetup. We're going to do a recap. I may do the recap, and Scott may just have to be in the chat for the night. What'd you come up with, Scott? I'm talking to Scott on the phone too, in case you are wondering. No, Craig, I sent him a link through Facebook. Still nothing, Scott? All right. Okay. So for those of you who did not know, the Green Room meetup was last week, and me and Scott went. We left Huntsville on Monday morning at 3. So that was a long day. We got to Austin, I think about 4:30 in the afternoon, and yeah, 13 hours on the road is rough. So we got there a couple days early, and I've got the itinerary here. Nothing started until, let's see, Wednesday. So we got there Monday night. We hit up a few stores. We got up on, let's see, Tuesday morning and started thrifting. And we did pretty good that day. Let me bring up one more thing right quick. This is all kind of new to me too, because I'm not used to doing this on my own with nobody else speaking. If you were, if Scott wasn't high, he would drive over here. So that's so that means it's just going to be me. So I take it the link didn't work, Scott? Hold on one second, y'all. You think what? Yeah, I'm clicking the link at the top, copy paste, and I'm sending that straight to you. It's the same one. It's I don't know. All right, I guess it's just going to be me. Just be in the. All right, just be in the chat. Appreciate it. All right, it's just going to be me. Scott's going to be in the chat tonight. So let's see. We started on Wednesday. The first thing that we did was we met at the, I think it was a Goodwill. It was a thrifting day for the first day that everybody got there. Very few people got there Tuesday morning. Most of them got there more toward Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, and the whole week we were there were people popping in and out through the week because everybody wasn't there the whole time. It was officially from Wednesday through Saturday. So everybody couldn't stay the whole time. I think, I don't even think Sue was there the whole time. Let's see, Wednesday. Yeah, the first thing that we did was we did thrifting at a Savers on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. And there was quite a few people who showed up for that. The next place we went was the Assistance League Thrift. This place was pretty cool because they're only open from Wednesday through Saturday, I believe. So when we walked into this place, there was a long line on Wednesday morning. We got there. It said to be there at 9:30. I think we got there more like 9:45 and opened at 10. There was probably 50 people in line, I think, waiting. And they had a lot of good stuff in there. But when you have a store like that, it was really set up really nice. But when you have 2 or 3 days to be able to set it up, I mean, it was clean. It was a very nice place to have all their stuff. And then after that, we went to the Goodwill. So we did a Savers, Assistant League Thrift, and a Goodwill. We did all those in like 2 hours. Then we went to the Taco Deli. And if you've never had Taco Deli, then you're missing out. Let me check the chat right quick. Who all we got in the chat before I get going here? Dollar Bills, Mike, Pat D's, Craig, Landshark Picker, stuff from Sally. How are you? There's Laura. How are you, Laura? Laura's working and listening tonight. Let's see. Casey Moe, Bluegrass Thrift, Barry, the Thrifty Santa, Stephen Strait, Philip, Eric, Deep Fried Deals. Let's see. Into It, In It to Flip It. Diane, Serena, John, Francis, Bargain Shopping Carol, Bobby Loves the Thrift. It's Pat, the Reseller. It was nice to meet you this week and spend some time with you. That was learned a lot. You know, when you meet people at a setting like this, everybody does different things. It's reselling is not a one-way venture. There's so many different ways to do it. I mean, you see some people that are just eBay, some people are just Amazon. You see some people that buy stuff like Pat and even breaks it down and pulls the gold and the silver out of all of the products that is purchased. Some of the stuff that was purchased that I looked at was like, what would you do with that? Some things that I saw on the trailer, you could sell it. And other things, it was like, you know, what would you do with that? And the way that they operate, I forgot the name of the thing, but it just crunches everything down. It just pulverizes a lot of this equipment like a PC board. It's got the teeth that just continuously crush and just pulverizes all this stuff into sand. So what they do next is they put this, and I may be messing this up, but you put it in water and everything that's metal sinks. Everything that is like fiberglass or plastic floats. So you clean all that out, take the metal, take the magnet, pull out stuff that's not gold or silver. And then he's actually got like you see him panning for gold and silver. He's got a machine that actually pulls all that out. That's fascinating to me. Hammer mill turns it all into sand. So that's a whole different reselling type thing. So it was neat to see that. Never believe everything you see. Let's see. Hey Adam, how are you? Just 10 Pac-Man. Heather is in the house. And let's see, John Snyder. And I think that's all I've seen so far. So if I missed you, sorry about that. Let's see. I sell all I can. That's right, Pat. There's nothing that goes to waste in what you had. Hey, Kristen. So going back, let's see, Taco Deli. If you've ever watched Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, he's always hitting Taco Deli on Saturday after he gets done thrifting. So I forgot how many times did we eat there, Scott? It was a lot. Probably 4 or 5 times, three or 4 times there between that, Torchy's. Okay, he said 3. So 3 times at Taco Deli. We ate at Torchy's. And I'll tell you about another place that we ate at later in the week that it was actually better than both of those. I had to tell Bonafide that. So he had never eaten at this place. He wanted to, but the line is always so you can Mike, we will do that. Are you going to eat those Chinese meal boxes, powdered burgers? We're going to make those, and we will at least taste it. I don't know if I could swallow it or not. So we will. That's right, Heather. But Torchy sells beer, so we will figure that one out. Scott wants to do one of those on his channel and one of them on my channel, because when we saw those boxes, it took me a minute. I saw them and I kind of turned away, and then Scott looked at it and I turned around. I said, I think I know what that is. I've seen videos on this where it's like a powder and they just start putting a little water to it, and then next thing you know, they've made a hamburger or cheeseburger, whatever they had. So I think one of those was one of those. One of them may have been dessert. I can't remember. Scott's the one that actually purchased those. I think he paid $5 a piece for those. He promised to ingest those Chinese drywall meals. I didn't say I would eat it. We would try it. So it may be a bite and so, yeah, that's right, Bluegrass. It's probably going to be a science experiment, no doubt. Oh, Scott says we are eating them, and we can't chicken out. I'll let you be the royal food taster, and I'll let you go first with a 15-minute delay on my side. Hi from Illinois, Leslie Carroll. Thanks for coming in. Hey, blended whiskey. Speaking of blended whiskey, did you see what happened today? It wasn't Jack Daniels. It was what's the other big whiskey? They had a huge fire there today, and it burned. I forgot how many. I can't remember if it was 400 or 4,000 barrels. Oh, Jim Beam. Yeah, big fire at the Jim Beam plant, and it burned. They said you could not put enough water on that fire because it was not going out. It burned. I mean, it burned it all to the ground. But yeah, either 450 or I think it was 450 barrels. I think is what it was. Burned up. All over the New in Kentucky. I can't stop. I can't stop crying. Exactly. That was no loss. What do you mean no loss? So let's see. The rest of the day, we went to at 2 o'clock on the Wednesday. We went to a social hour at Whole Foods, and that is where me and Scott and Kevin Fairbanks and Steve Rakin Profit, we did shots of. I think Steve got one. It was like a wheatgrass. I couldn't do that one. I got one. It was the like a vitamin C shot. So that was it was good, but it was sour. He was wanting us to do a different kind of shot, but they had a power outage at Whole Foods, and they had the whole bar closed. So these were like little little shots in a little plastic thing. You know, it was good, but he was wanting us to do like grass shots from the fresh thing, and I just I don't know. Whole Foods was huge. Yep, it definitely was huge. 45,000 barrels of whiskey. I wasn't even close. Oh my gosh. Those are worth, I forgot how much one of those barrels is worth, but they had to have lost $10 million on that. That's Yeah, Steve does love the green shots. God bless his soul is right. I don't know if I could do it. They said it was rough, but I don't know if I could have done that one or not. So for the last thing, well, we were at Whole Foods for a couple of hours. We went to the second deck. They had a big area up there where you could sit and eat and drink grass and whatever you wanted to do up there. We sat there for a couple of hours, and then we had the green room dinner, the members only dinner. I think it was $35 to go to that, and it was at the Salt Lick. So that's the first time that I had eaten at the Salt Lick, and it was good. It was really good. We had an all-you-can-eat thing set up where they brought out, I think we had, say, beans, and what else did we have? We had plates of meat. There was sausage and ribs and brisket. We had some, I can't remember what all we had now. Members only, yeah, right. Yeah, Scott, they let Scott in. So it was it was more than just members, yeah, since Scott got in. He's not in the yeah, Pat, you're right. You are exactly correct. Where's the Salt Lick video? I didn't do one. I don't know if Scott did one or not. I should have. Hell, I did them in Buc-ee's, so I should have done one at Salt Lick, right? Great barbecue here in Texas, y'all. Yeah, definitely. The last place that we ate at that I'll talk about later, that was on Saturday afternoon, was the best one. Are you, Scott, and Shane planning any meetups at eBay Open? I don't know if they have. I'm going. Here's my problem. I have my eBay Open ticket, but I haven't done anything else yet. So I've got a ticket. I just got to get my ticket to get there. I got to get an airplane to get out there. So that's on my list of stuff. I shipped my eBay stuff. Now I got to get a ticket. That's my thing to do tonight. If I don't make notes, it's over. I forgot to ship my eBay stuff last night. I was going to get up this morning and do it, but I've been so busy at work. I rushed out the door, started selling stuff while I was at work today, then realized I didn't ship yesterday's stuff. So when I came home, I just shipped it all, and I got to the post office at 4:58 today. They are doing a kissing booth. Okay, that would be interesting. It's crazy. Yeah, you haven't got yours either, Adam. It sounds like I've got free miles, but man, those free miles are just stupid. They want to send me off at all different times. I may just take it because I want to use my miles and cash in on them. I may just have to fly out at some stupid time. Is Pat the reseller coming for the Nashville meetup? Don't know. Pat will have to. Harlan would be the star attraction at the kissing booth. I don't know. Don't know, Scott. How about a Fort Wayne meetup? Where is Fort Wayne? I probably should know that, but I don't. VP's pimping me out. Yeah. No. So let's see. That finished up for Wednesday. So Thursday, we start off 8:30 in the morning, kickball game. Boy, there are some stories to tell on this one. Woo! Isn't that right, Scott? If he was on here tonight, this would be maybe I need to do that next year, Mike. Kickball in my silk shorts cop outfit. There's a video for you right there. So I am his pimp. That's crazy. So we got to, well, we couldn't find it at first. It was in Zilker Park. I keep having to close and open windows. Zilker Park at the Rock Island. We was out in the middle of the park. So we was out on this big tree, and we had a kickball game set up. We didn't go to this last year because last year we were 100% hustle mode. We just thrifted and everything about the whole time. So this year we were more, what do you call it? Social. And that's what I wanted to do. So it's good to get out there. It's great to be around people that do what you do and just pick their brains and see how they do things. You can just learn a lot just by going, even like I said, a kickball game. Just go there and talk to people and find out what they do, where they sell, and stuff like that. No man kiss. Oh man, kissing booth in the cop suit. That's a great idea, Mike. I would probably make no money. When you move into Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is it's a cool place. I mean, it's not a cool place. It's a hot place, but it actually reminds me a lot of Huntsville, but just bigger. Pat's had enough of Austin, Texas, and for 2 days for the rest of his life. It is a liberal. Softball, I could be down with some softball too. So we started the kickball game. They went around. There's a whole bunch of people standing there, and they just went and said 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just went around. They said group 1 in the field, group 2 in up to kick. I was going to say up to bat, but up to kick. So we played probably an hour, a little more. Scott was running home and stepped on somebody's foot that was on home plate, and Scott just kind of tumbled. Mr. Bonafide, what is going on? Was so much fun last week. Nice last kick. No, I'm getting to that one, Chris. That's coming up. I got to tell my story on this one. But yeah, Chris, it was. Last week was awesome. Everything was great. I liked having the more of a social thing. You know, last year we learned a lot at the classes and stuff that we did, but this year was just better in my opinion. I think Scott said the same thing. Scott thinks he struck out Rankin Profit because he fouled off 2 and then he rolled one right across the plate. And he didn't like it, so he threw it back for another roll. And they got in a little thing saying that I struck you out. And he's like, no, you didn't. That was a bad ball. So anyway, how do you strike out in kickball? Yeah, that's one way to do it. So anyway, the kickball game came down. Bonafide's team took the lead. I think they scored 3 or 4 runs in the top of the inning. We were tied. And they took the lead. We came up. We got some runs. We tied it. We had a runner on first with 2 outs, and I came up to the plate. Now, here's the story. Okay, I'm about to kick, and Steve Rankin is behind me. And he said, if you kick a home run, you get lifetime membership to the green room. And I said, time out. What did you just say? And he goes, home run, lifetime membership. And I said, did everybody get that on camera? And everybody's rolling. Yep, yep. So I look out in the outfield, and there's a guy named Justin. And I'll talk about him in a little bit. He's a young guy. He's a kind of a new reseller, and so he's fast. He's young. He's fast. He plays soccer. He's playing kind of center to left, and I had kicked one over the right fielder's head earlier. So I said, my only shot to get a home run is kick it over the right fielder's head. So that's what I went for. So anyway, I kicked it, and I kicked it over his head, and I got a home run. So I got back to home plate, and Steve like, oh, man, you got a year's membership into the green room. And everybody's like, no, you said lifetime. So we'll see how that goes. So we won on the last kick. But that was fun. But Scott, like I said, Scott took a tumble. Scott's left knee was bothering him. At one point during the week, he was wearing 2 knee braces because he was hurting. So his knee was moving side to side. So he's I think he's doing better now. But yeah, he took a pretty good tumble. Let me see what I've missed so far. Softball game would be fun, but that would probably be somebody that got hurt in a softball game. Those kickballs, the balls don't hurt near as much as if you get hit. Let's see here. Is Chris happy now? All the competition is gone. I'll tell you something about Austin, Texas. There is so many stores. Every time we would look around, there'd be a Goodwill, Savers, half-price books. There is something everywhere in that town. If you are a reseller and you live in Austin, Texas, and you can't find anything to resell, you need to start over on something else, because there is so many places. It's ridiculous. Between RA and, I mean, between Walmarts and just any store that you do an RA in, to all the thrift stores, they're everywhere. So I forgot how many half-price books there was. I found a few things there. Jerry was with us one time. Jerry Bailiff, he's another young guy. He's just phenomenally smart. He found some really good stuff at those places also. Let's see. You rub some dirt on his knee. He's good. Make Steve live up to what he said. Yeah, I'll have to get him on that. He interviewed me, and then he interviewed Scott first, and I held the camera for their interview, and then he interviewed me, and Scott held the camera. So when he puts my interview on his channel, maybe I'll make a comment down there and see what he says. Let's see here. I think BP is lit on THC. You need to go get him. It'd take about 30 minutes to get over there and get him back. He said he's on Pat D's. He's on Coke Zero. He told me his Diet Coke tasted funny earlier when I took my son out to eat at a restaurant down the road. He sent me a text. More like wacky tobacco juice. That is probably correct. So after the kickball game, Scott had to, he was not walking very well at all. So he decided to go back to the hotel. So I found me another ride back to the hotel. But first thing we did was we walked to Juice Land, which was probably about a mile from the kickball area. And that was actually, I'd never had a smoothie like that. It was all fruit with some peanut butter. So it was real sweet, and then you have just a little hint of peanut butter at the end. It was actually pretty good. So we got done with that, and it took a while because you had like 30-something people walking up to get a smoothie. And then we went to Barton Springs. So I had forgot to take all of my swim stuff. That water at Barton Springs is beautiful. It's there's one point where there was people feeding turtles, And the turtles were, about that big. There was probably 150 turtles just waiting to get. That's it. I do need some Uber Eats delivery. But there was quite a few people who went and went swimming on that one. And see, after that there was Goodwill, and then they did Whole Foods again. I didn't go to that one. And then 8 o'clock that night, we had a little break in between the Goodwill and the Whole Foods and the Pinballs. The Pinballs was 8 o'clock. So I actually did a video. I went live at Pinballs. So if you don't know what Pinballs is, go back and watch one of my other videos after this is over with. It has tons of pinball machines. They have a whole area of the vintage tip your deliver, man. Yeah. They've got a lot of the vintage games in the bag. Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, Tron. A lot of those old school games back in the back. Then the other side, they've got a lot of the new stuff. They had skee ball. They had a bowling game where the lane's probably 20 feet, and had a ball about this big, just enough where you could put it in your hand to go up and roll it. But like I say, I showed a lot of that. They had a go-kart track on the other side. That was new this year. We went there last year also, but they didn't have that. So and I don't think anybody in the green room even did the go-karts. Not that I saw. They have a little restaurant thing in the back, a bar. A lot of people sat in that area and just talked if they were not playing some video games. A lot of people did the bowling, which was fun. I did that on one game. Steve Rakin had like 5 people on his lane. He got me to bowl with him. That was fun. How could you not know what pinball is? Not meant the whole thing is called Pinballs. I people know what pinball is, but if you have not seen the restaurant or the building of Pinballs and what it looks like, then I did one. I saw you found the multi-game. Yep, I found that one. Yeah, that was just like the one that I had at my house. I bought one off eBay. There's you can buy the big cases, like the Galaga or Pac-Man, the big cases. What they do now is they'll use a case. The case that I had was Galaga, and what they do is they gut the inside. They take the old big tube out of it. They put a flat screen monitor up under to fill the hole, and they use a little board called an iCade, ICADE, and it's got 60 vintage games on it. And it's just, all they do is they mount that on the inside of the case. They put a little power supply in there. They run the cord out. And when it comes up, you have options to play 6 different games, and there's 10 screens. So there's 60 different games, like retro type stuff. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Donkey Kong Jr., and all that stuff on there. I had one of those. I bought one off eBay from a guy local for like $450, and I think I sold it for $700 after I played it for about 2 years. Let's see. Go-karts and liquor. That's exactly right. That would have been fun. Let's see here. Going to buy a new washer and dryer this weekend. That sounds expensive. So let's see. That finished up Thursday. So let's see. Friday. Where's Friday? Friday was, well, Friday and Saturday is the point where me and Scott broke off from the group and went and did our own thing, because Friday morning and Saturday morning is yard sales, and yard sales in Austin are usually really good. So Friday morning, they did a 10 a.m. Let's see, Barton Springs. Again, they did Barton Springs, and then they did, after they did that, it was 1 o'clock at Torchy's Tacos. So what me and Scott did was we went out yard sales. And the yard sales, we started off, you couldn't have started off worse than the way we started out on Friday. It was bad. The first yard sale we went to, we were using the yard sale treasure map on the phone. The first yard sale we get to, they were not there. And we're like, this sucks. Why do people do this? And Scott's like, oh, wait, it's Friday. I got it on Saturday. So he clicked Saturday, Friday. It's like, oh, yeah, they're closed on Friday. So we went to, 5 or 6 sales. The ones that were actually there were horrible. Just terrible. It's like, why'd you even waste your time setting up all this? Because it was just junk. So we decided to stop. We're like, hey, there's a Goodwill. So it's like we pulled over to the Goodwill. This Goodwill was so new, you could have eaten off the floor. Which means, we found nothing. Everything was expensive. And it was just, clean. They were still working on the landscaping in the parking lot. It was that new. So we walked through there. It was me and Scott. I think Pat was with us on that one. And we walked out into the parking lot, and it's like, back to the yard sales because this is ridiculous. So we go to the next yard sale. And if y'all watch, some of y'all have probably heard some of these stories. If you watched the lives that me and Scott did the other night, we tried to do one. I think we did one Friday night. We did one Saturday night showing the things that we bought. Pat said they did have a clean restroom. Yeah, everything was clean. My destiny was to get my $1. Oh, that's right. So we go to the yard sale. We walk up, and I've told this story because this story is just crazy. I've told this story to a lot of different people. Scott walked down the left side of the driveway, and I walked down the wrong side of the driveway because we walked down. We got to the garage door. I came around, and I'm looking at him, and he is holding a Nintendo NES Power Pack system. The box is like this big. The box looks really good. And he goes, how much do you want for this Nintendo? And she said, oh, everything has got to go. That was my son's. I'll take $1. And I kind of put my back to her, and I was like, what? $1? Are you kidding? And then the next line was the best one. I looked in there and made sure everything was in there, even the manuals. I'm like, really? Why does somebody hold on to something that long and then just give it away? But that's the thing about this business is if you do this a lot of times, you see things at yard sales and you know what it's worth. You know it's worth good money. A lot of people don't. A lot of people can't put a value on items. And Craig said he will double your profits. Scott, he'll give you $2. So, same yard sale. I walk out and they have 2 wheelbarrows full of DVDs. And I'm just kind of just picking through it. And the guy said, anything you want in those wheelbarrows is free. And I'm like, really? Because it was, all I saw was a lot of Blu-ray DVDs. And I was like, okay. So I'll, what is who are you shooting a bird at, Scott? So I got a bunch of DVDs, and Scott was in the garage, and he buys a Sony, the disc, the small disc. I mean, the real small ones. It plays those, and he purchased that for $5 with the I want the Christmas Carol one. Did I get a Christmas Carol one? I'll have to go back. I've got it back here. So he gets that, the remote, and then she goes, "Oh, you're going to need this." She goes through these packs. She goes, "Here's the manual for it." It's like, are you serious? You have, this woman had everything. So yeah, Scott spent a whopping, he spent $6 on that, and then he gave $2 for an old Sony Walkman. He paid double what he paid for the Nintendo NES. So yeah, I had, yeah, this is all of the, that's all the Blu-rays that I got for free. So what I'm going to do with these is I'll look those up on eBay. I'll see if there's any selling for, you know, 10, 12 bucks. Sometimes there are. And, you know, if there's any in that range, I'll sell it. If not, I'll lock these up. I'll take them to the auction and let them fly. And then that was the other DVD sets and stuff that was free. So all that was free. So that was the first yard sale from that day. We had one more sale that we went to, and it was really good. This lady worked for ESPN, and me and Scott have talked about talking to people when you go to sales, because we started talking to her, and then she, you know, we said we were from Alabama. And then she said her granddad, she goes, my granddad played at Alabama, was Bear Bryant's roommate, and they won the 1935 national championship together. And it's like, what? That's nuts. So we got a ton of stuff. Scott, and if you saw our videos, that's where Scott got the X Games hat. This lady, like I say, she works for ESPN. She's over the college basketball games for ESPN. She's been at all these events. She's got all this stuff that people have given her because she works there. So some of the stuff that I picked up was a P90X system. She goes, yeah, they gave me that just for working there. It's never been used. So Beachbody products on eBay, you have to watch them. I did sell one the other day, and they didn't pull it. Of course, I didn't know it was that big of a thing. Now I do. So I got to figure out what to do on that one. What else did you get at that? Scott got some good stuff. He may want to put it in there. I have another big piece of exercise equipment that's still in the box, and I forgot to bring it in here. But that was $2. I don't even know what it was. It was brand new in the box. All that stuff's expensive. Let's see. I got the best ESPN deal. Yeah, Pat was with us at that. He got an Xbox scarf. I'm trying to think if he got anything else at that one. The hat that Scott got, the cap, it says X Games across it. We think it's from the first X Games. And we talked to some hat people, and they were telling him to list it. But they had never seen one. They're talking about listing it like $250, $300. I think Scott said he may put it at $500 and just do our best offer and kind of see what kind of offers come in. Let's see. I bought this at a Goodwill. This is a Sony boombox. It's the CFD 550. I got this for $9.99. Wait, no, I did not. I'm gonna change my story on that one because this one hurts me a little bit. I get up to the counter and the guy said that'll be $750, and I'm like, oh, he goes, are you in the military or any? I mean, he went down a list of stuff, and I said, no, I'm not any of that. He goes, well, I gave you your senior discount anyways. I'm like, really? Do I look like I'm not? I don't look that old. Come on, bruh. But anyway, these on eBay, and I've got a story for this one too. The soles, the ones that were on eBay, some were in working condition, some were in working and non-working, so the prices were all over the place. But here's the point that I want to make for this one, and this goes for anything. Let's see, happened to me this year too. Yeah, it sucks. It's like I'm 49. I'm not old. I don't feel old. I feel like I'm like 25. Ordered him. Thanks, Scott. AARP card. I'm not ready for that. So I looked up this boom box, and I did sold. I looked at all the sold prices, and then I went and clicked off of sold and clicked on completed. So here's your tip for the day. Clothing is also, if you look at a shirt, a lot of people will look at a piece of clothing that they buy and say, this shirt has sold 100 times. That's a lot. They're getting like $20 for this shirt. It's sold 100 times. If you click on completed, there may have been 2,000 shirts out there listed and 100 sold. So that's really not, the chances of that selling are low. Unless you got it for free and you just want to list it and forget it, then that's fine. But here's the thing about this boom box right here. Sell-through rate on that boom box was 100%. So now when you have something like this, and there wasn't that many, there was like 10, 11, 12, something like that. 100% sell-through rate, broken, working, every one of those had sold. Some of the completely working had sold for $125. So I did a quick test on it the other day. It seemed to work fine, but I'll go through and test it. So guess what price I'm going to be at? Probably about the highest, because they all sell. And there's going to be somebody out there that buys this. If I find a product that's 100%, and I do find those quite often, 100% sell-through rate, I'm at the top. If my product is in good condition, it's going to be the most expensive. So there's your tidbit for the day. I'm 46 and get carded. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, come on. I had the guy at the restaurant today. I told him that my daughter had graduated college. He said, you're not old enough to have a kid that old. It's like, oh, I know you want a tip, but I am old enough. This your scarf for $350. Wife, if you get that, that would be sweet. Sony does sell, Jessica. That is true. For most of it, it does. AARP will find your address if you're anywhere near. Now, knock on wood. There's wood right here. I have not received that in the mail. So, and that's right, Laura. Age is just a number. My number is 25. Okay, so we did, after we went to Torchy's after that, had tacos. Then we did the Austin Beer Works Brewery at 2:30. That was, I think that was the one that was hot. It was really warm in there. They didn't have the air going. Isn't that right, Scott? Is that the one that that the air was? They didn't have one. They had like picnic tables and stuff, and you just sat at it. And I'm not a beer drinker. I don't drink. I drink Jack and Coke. But the thing about going to a brewery is you drink what they have, and unless the brewery makes whiskey and vodka and stuff like that, then you're just kind of out of luck. So at that one, I have not tried the jerky yet. Chris, I need to do that. Hold on one second. So, all right. So Chris the Goose, he gave us some of this jerky, and I got a bag and Scott got a bag. I have not opened mine yet, and I need to do that. You can try it online. 63, damn right. Okay, yes, that was the right one. Scott said it was hot AF. So then they have a bridge called Congress Bridge, and all these bats are up under there, and at nighttime they all come flying out. They did it last year, they did it this year. I didn't go either time because it's just hot. It was so hot. Spider House Coffee House. Okay, I think we skipped that one too. We didn't do that one. We came back and did a live show on my channel that night on Friday. And then Saturday they have a traditional garage sale caravan. They meet up at the Goodwill parking lot, and I forgot if anybody's in the chat, how many people did y'all have this year? It's probably 20 or 30. No, that's right. That's another story right there. Scott said, bats, hell, I had a Walmart score to make. So Kevin sent Scott a text, and he said, hey, they have some LG headphones here at Walmart, and they're on clearance. Can you sell it? Scott said, yeah, I'm ungated in LG. So we went down there and picked it up. He bought 47 of those. And to make a long story short, he's going to make a fortune. So I'll be watching for a video coming up. Boy, you're giving away the secrets. They were not on clearance anywhere else, Laura. That's why I said that. Everybody else was full price. So there's no secrets given out on that one, or I would not have. Now, if they were on clearance everywhere like that, you would have not have heard that from me. So yeah, we did that. We went to Walmart, and they also had video games on clearance. So we scanned about 200 or 300 video games while we were there. And let's see. So did anybody post how many people were? I don't see anybody posting on there. I would guess 20, 25, 30 people for those garage sale caravans. So what they do on that is they pick 5 or 6 yard sales. They drive to them. Everybody gets out. They have to stand at the end of the driveway, and they say go, and everybody walks up there. 47? Did somebody say 47? Oh, no, 47 headphones. Yeah, they had 47 on clearance. So I think people found a few good things. Me and Scott go, I think we probably did 30 or 40 yard sales that morning and picked up some good stuff. And I'll go ahead and tell this story. We ended up in like the wrong part of Austin at one point, and we're like, we need to get out of here because the grass was high. The houses were like they were falling in. Furniture was piled up on the street 5-6 feet high. It was just, it wasn't a bad spot. Then we looked down. It's like, ooh, a yard sale. Let's go. So we went on down the road. We turned and we pulled up. And there was 2 guys, I don't know, late 20s, 30. Scott said, I see a Sega Genesis. So I'm thinking Sega Genesis on the table. So his door is closer to the garage sale. So he gets out, heads that way. I get out, I walk around. By the time I get over there, he's holding a Nintendo 64 that's in the box and already negotiating. The guy wanted 50 and Scott got him down to 40. Well, I'm thinking, where's the other one he was talking about? So right behind it was Sega Genesis in the box. I said, you going to get that one? He goes, no, you get it. So I paid 20 for that one, and he paid 40 for his. And a lot of people ask us, how do y'all go to yard sales and not fight over stuff? Well, we just don't. There's a lot of times where I find stuff, like if I can't sell something on Amazon, I say, hey, this sells for 50 on Amazon here. Toss it to him, or he'll say, hey, you think that would sell good at the auction that you take stuff to? I said, yeah. So for the video games, he grabbed one, I got one. We're both going to make good money on that. So, yeah, he's kind of like eating the gummies tonight for Scott, but it's in a different form, I think, is what he's take out. But yeah, that was a rough area. So I looked this up today. This is the Sega Genesis in the box. Look at the condition of this box. It is beautiful. I bet you could go to Walmart and find boxes that look worse than this on new products. So I looked it up. This one is the one that comes with the Sonic game. And let's see. There's the Sonic game, not for resale. That's the one that comes with it. It has everything in it. It has the manuals and everything. So I bought this for 20. I looked it up today, and they're all over the place for price-wise. Here's another tip for you for the day. If you're looking up a product and you're looking at all the prices, you have to look to see if they did an auction or a buy it now. If you do an auction on something like that, you are shooting yourself in the foot, because I saw some systems that looked about like that selling for 50 and 60 bucks, which also may be a good thing to buy and reflip, because there was also some like this that had sold. There was one that sold yesterday in a box just like that one, almost the same condition, 125 plus 15 shipping. So it's 140. So I figure on that one, and it also come with some games. I looked up, this one's got NBA Hang Time, and we also have the Olympic Summer Games. Neither one of these are big money, $5 or so. So what I'll do is I'll put system and these two games. I'll say it comes with 2 extra games, and I'll put it in the 125 to 150 range. Let's see. And the other game that came with it was the World of Illusion, Mickey Mouse. There's people that got $20 for this one. So I'll just sell this one by itself, and that'll make my money back close to it after fees and stuff like that for the whole system. So everything else will be profit. That was a good find. And let's see, a couple other things I found while we're going over yard sale stuff. There's a Lego Movie. It's sealed. I paid $1. Those are selling for 10. Found this place. We found a place. I can't tell you the name of this one because I may have to get some more stuff. They had these, and these. I've got 4 different kinds. I've got 56 total. Are those the spot? No, they're not. So I paid $1 a piece for these. All of these are anywhere from $12 to $13, $14 a piece on eBay. Some of these, I think this one was, hold on. Get out my AARP glasses right quick. This one is August of 2020. So it's in date by a whole year. Some of these were like May of 19, but I'll put the date on there. All right, so that one there, like I say, there was 56 of those. So I'll have to make 4 listings for these, and you can make a listing of those real quick, and then that'll be it'll be a long tail item, but that should be good money. And that one. Sometimes when you go to yard sales, here's something else I've noticed. When you're making videos on YouTube, like I've started, what, 2.5 months ago, something like that. Scott's been trying to get me to do this for 6 months or more, but I just haven't done it. Not used to being in front of the camera. Never have liked being in front of the camera, but I'm getting used to it now. But sometimes when you make videos, sometimes free props come along, and you know, you got to get it. So the other night I was the Mad Hatter on I think it was a Saturday night show, because when free stuff comes along, sometimes you got to snap it up. So now I can be the Mad Hatter cop. Hey Anita, how are you? These are AARP approved. I'll probably end up getting something in the mail now, since I've probably jinxed myself. We went to Half Price Books. They had these in clearance. I showed these the other day, Barbie dress-up kits. This is the 1970 version. These are the color forms. If you're as old as my AARP self, you would remember these back from the late 70s and early 80s and stuff. But it's when you take it's got the little background, you pull them off and you can put them in all different stuff like that. So anyway, these were $1 a piece. They sell for like $10. Let's see what else. Oh, I got this at the yard sale. I've done well with knife sets in the past. This one is a KitchenAid. Sometimes I had one the other day that I ended up selling just the knives, because I was looking at the completeds. The knives were selling for just as much as they were with the block. This freaking block weighs a ton. So I took all the knives out, laid them out, took pictures of them. I sold the knives for like $50, and I just got rid of the block. Or the block may be in my yard sale pile. I keep see, Harlan played with those as a kid. I did. I had color forms as I was a kid, because I'm old, right? So, yeah, these KitchenAid, if you look up KitchenAid knives, I just did a quick search right quick. KitchenAid knives, new, expensive, $100, $150 a set. So those are used. I'll have to look those up. I may sell it with the block. I may not. So we'll have to see. Next few items I'll show you are, you hear me talking about taking things to my local auction. When you go to yard sales, you see stuff that are, you pick something up and you're like, I can sell this on eBay. This is a good eBay item. Or, I could probably sell this on Amazon. But for some other items, like this one right here, this is not an eBay item. This is not an Amazon item. It's a picture frame in a box, and it was $1. When I see this is auction item for me. This will sell probably anywhere from $5 to $10. Not worth messing with. Even if you had to list it on eBay, it'd be hard to ship. So The auction that I take things to are, I take it up there, I drop it off, and at $1 on something like this is a no-brainer for me, because I take it up there, I have my designated tables, I go up there, I lay it on the table, I walk away, and I'm done. So if an item only brings $5 to $10, you say, well, that ain't worth messing with. It's not if it's on eBay or something like that. But for something like this, all day long for me. I'll buy this all day long. This is a rifle case. It is this is another item. It's not eBay or Amazon. So it's got the combination lock. It's set to 0 right now. It's got the locks on it here. This is another one of those items, if you're doing eBay and Amazon, unless you needed a rifle case, what would you do with a $3 case like this? If you didn't need one, you would pass it up, right? But me taking this case to Southern Tennessee at, of a small town, this will probably be a hot commodity up there, because this is a nice case. So for $3, it needs to be wiped down a little bit, get the dust off of it. But that's it. Like I say, this kind of stuff all day for auction for me. And then I got one more. This is another thing I'll have to. It's dusty. I'll have to clean this off. This thing is big. It's got the metal decorative stuff on the top. This was $1 at a yard sale. It's thick. It's inch and a half thick. Nice decoration piece. And at $1, you buy this all day long. So what's fun about items like this is watching the auction end. I haven't been up to the auction in a couple of weeks. I was out of town last Monday. We left at 3 a.m. The week before, I was I had to get to work because I was been working crazy hours because I knew I was going on this week off trip. And since I was off a week, I'm paying for it again this week. So I'm thinking this next Monday, I may have 100 items to take to auction. So I'll definitely do a video of that. It may be a recorded video, a recorded ending, or if I can figure out how to do a live ending on that, I'll do it. And Jessica was talking about you wish they had auctions like that. The one that I take stuff to is the live auction. It's set up just like an eBay auction. They charge 30% for those. But even if you have a regular auction where you have an auctioneer and people come in and look at all the items and they hold it up, you can still do good with stuff like that. You just have to find the auction near you. Find an auction, go to that auction a couple times, and see what kind of items they sell, because every auction is different. Every auction house specializes in different kinds of products. Some of them may be older. Hey, Texas Val, how are you? Where is that? I'm in Tennessee. That's in Fayetteville, Tennessee. That's on the southern. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, so I can be in Fayetteville, I think, 30 to 40 minutes. I'm 15 minutes from the Tennessee line, and it's just right over the. Hey, Melissa. Let's see. Why did the cowboy buy a Datsun? Someone told him again. Adam with jokes. Should do decent at the auction. That's heavy duty. I hope so, Laura. I hope so. Yeah, where in Tennessee? That one's in Fayetteville, Tennessee. And a lot of times, these auctions, like the one I take stuff to, it took me a while to get into my auction place. I had to earn my way in because they want people, if you if you get to the point like me that I can take stuff every Monday, then I've earned my way in, because they want to see what kind of stuff you bring. If you're bringing in good items on a weekly basis, they just say, look, just come every Monday and just bring your stuff. These are your tables. Just put it on there. Hey, John, how are you? Is that store open yet? We need to know. So yeah, sometimes it takes a while. If you have an auction, like I say, if you go to the auction and you find one that you want to take stuff to, you have to talk to the owner and say, hey, look, I've got 20 items and this is kind of what I have. Do you have a spot for me? And that's what I did for mine. I got in and he saw my stuff. And I say, look, can I bring some stuff next week? And he's like, yeah, just go ahead and bring some stuff. I did that for 5 or 6 weeks. And finally, I started asking him and he said, you don't have to ask anymore. You have your spot. So that's kind of how that works. And if you only have, 15, 20 items to take up there, just some stuff every now and then, a lot of times, like for mine, my brother he takes stuff up there, but just every now and then. So he'll schedule out. He'll say, yeah, you can come in 3 weeks. I'll have a table for you. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions about the green room meetup that I didn't cover? Or if anybody was there, do they have any comments? Yeah, Kathy, having that platform for me is priceless, because, I work 45 to 50 hours a week at my normal job. I do 5 to 10 hours overtime. Having stuff like that where I can just take stuff up there. If I find 40 or 50 items, I can just take it up there and drop it off, and then I get a check. So that is really nice. Did y'all any sheds while you were there? Scooter Charge was pretty funny. Just got done installing the outlet for my register, so you're getting close. That's right, Chris. Bring the good merch and dollars follow. So Chris does a lot of storage lockers, and he's got his own thing set up. Like I take mine to, he has his own place set up with just his stuff. So that is cool. That was cool to hear about this past week. We're talking to Chris. Laura, it was fun. It was a fun week. No doubt. Let's see. My internet was out all afternoon, evening. That is terrible. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I had anything else. Right. Oh. One more thing. Okay, so couple more things. Let's start with Rally Roots. Rally Roots came to the Green Room Meetup. Probably most of y'all have heard who Rally Roots are, and you've probably watched their videos. They are the same people in person as they are on their videos. Very talkative, very nice. I talked to Allie probably 3 times during the week, just sitting down and talking to her. She is awesome. She's very outgoing and would just sit there and talk to you like she's known you forever. So it was cool to hang out with them and talk to them this week. Really enjoyed hanging out with Rally Roots and Bonafide Hustler and College Picker and Steve Rankin, the Rankin Prophet. Fun hanging out with them. Fun hanging out. There's a lot of people, some people in the chat here that was there. It was just fun. Just hanging around people that think like you and do the same things that you do is fun. So if you haven't ever been to one of these, put one on your schedule. This one was a longer one. We're doing one in Nashville. Is it August. If Scott's still in the chat, or anybody else who's going to that one, I forgot what it's toward the end of August. If anybody knows when the dates are for those, throw them in there. See, did Wade go to the green room? Wade's Ventures? No, Wade was not there. Nashville's coming soon. I think it's the end of August, August 23rd and 24th. So we had that last year. It was fun. Going to be hot? Yeah, it's going to be hot. Yeah, Shane, it was good to see you too. I've got BP as my bestie. Who needs anyone else? He must have fell asleep. Something must have knocked him out in his Diet Coke, because I don't think he's here. Still waiting on, okay. Still waiting on the live jerky. Hold on. I got to get some scissors. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'll try this right quick. He said this is awesome stuff, so here we go. Pat Dees, you're coming to Nashville. That's cool. No, Scott isn't here. Okay, here we go. So this is, I cannot pronounce that, so I will let you have an attempt at it. I smell it. Woo, man, I smell that. Okay. Here we go, Chris. From Buc-ee's? No, this is not from Buc-ee's. This is from Chris the Goose is in the chat. Where's this from, Chris? Man, that tastes like those brisket tacos. Ooh, it's spicy. That's good stuff. Ooh. Okay, that's warm. It's going to be secret spot. That's good stuff. Thank you, Chris. I will eat all of that. Not right now, but I will eat all of that. So, Saturday night, before, the final thing that we did was Gordo's Donuts. We had a gap from 4 o'clock to 7:30. We went to the Brutorium from 2 to 4. It was more like 2 to 5:30. That was air conditioned. It was very nice in the air conditioner. So we hung out there a lot. And then Melissa and Jason had contacted Scott. Maybe BP is driving over. I don't think so. He'd probably be in the ditch. They had made some cookies for us. They made some for me, some for Scott, and they made some for Scott's wife and the dogs. So the dogs got little cookie bones that she had made. But she made me 4 of these. I only have 3 now. I don't know what happened to the other one. So, yeah, there's 2 of them. So they wanted us to meet them. They were going to buy us supper at Valentina's. I think that's right. So that was the best taco I have ever eaten in my entire life. That was, let's see, we like spicy things. Yeah, I'm still burning, but it's a good burn. So we met with them. We had the brisket taco. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. That was the best taco I have ever, the best 2 tacos I have ever eaten. But thanks to Melissa and Jason. She's in the chat sometimes as Melissa. Sometimes she's in as Pecan Street something. Cookie Company? Something like that. But so yeah, she did that for us. That was very nice. Thank you very much. And then, like I say, just meeting the people at these functions it's priceless. Just talking to people. Pecan Street Cookies. Thank you, Sue. Just meeting people like this and seeing how they do things, where they sell, how they sell, whether they're wholesale or RA or OA, all this different stuff. The young people in this game, Jerry Bailipp, 20 years old, reselling since the age of like 15. Yeah, those cookies were like professionally made. I think she said she even 3D prints her own cookie things to get the shape and stuff that they want. But yeah, Jerry Bailipp selling like at the age of 15 up through high school, started selling video games, buying his friends' video games, reselling them online, just stepping it up. 18, graduated from college. Every kid that has went to his high school has went to college. He bucked the trend. And they're like, why are you not going to college? He's like, well, he didn't tell the teachers this, but he's telling me, and he goes, I was already making more than all of them. And I'm 18, I'm reselling. And he told me how much he sold last year on Amazon, and it's jaw-dropping, the amount that somebody's already shooting fireworks here. Another guy, Justin, I don't know if it's Jimenez or Jimenez, smart guy, young or early 20s, new seller. I think he started a YouTube channel this week. Hey, CJ, not time for Officer Dingle to reappear, isn't it? I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, Jerry is mostly wholesale now. He's moved over. He used to travel, find stuff, but he is now doing wholesale. And yes, it's time for Officer Dingle. He'll make an appearance coming up. I think he's on schedule. I've got a lot of videos that I want to do, ideas and stuff. I've got a notebook full, and I'm just really, really busy right now. So I'm just kind of plugging along, doing videos when I can. Hopefully I'll be able to get monetized in a month or so. The watch time is the big thing. 1,000 subscribers. I hit that 2 weeks ago, and the watch time is the big thing. So anyway, I think I tried to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I've hit my notes. I've went through everything. Okay, the last thing we did was Gordo's Donuts. Phenomenal donuts. I had the Funky Monkey, which was a donut with, it may have had like fried bananas and stuff all over, and it was, let's see, getting monetized. You need to be on the Land Shark plan. Sounds good. I don't know what that is, but sounds good. Yeah, 240,000 minutes needed. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm pushing, but let's see. Sounds like you're really inspired by the people you met. Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, if you go to these meetings and you don't come back fired up and have some new ideas, then you just didn't do it right. All right. Save that outfit for your girl. That's just it. I don't have a girl. So if I don't get it out now, then there's no Officer Dingle. You agree we need to see appearance of Officer Dingle? 190,000. You're getting there. I'm behind you a little bit. So you'll be monetized probably before me. No girls in Austin? I don't know. Networking is great. Networking is amazing. You must have off tomorrow, Harlan. I am off work tomorrow, but I will be working tomorrow. I brought all my work home with me. Chris is laughing on that one. I've got my stuff set up. I have a test stand set up. The things I do, I can do here. And I'm so far behind from being off for a week that I have to work. So yep. Okay. I think that is it. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. It was supposed to be me and Scott, but I don't know if I'm the illiterate one. I mean, I'm clicking and copying and pasting the link at the top. I'll have to bring him over here and see what I did wrong, or if it's just broke. It's probably me. If I had to guess, it's probably me. Time to wind down. Let's see. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like I say, doing videos like this and just talking is easier for me right now, because sitting down and trying to edit and stuff right now, I'm so busy. It's crazy. By the time I do my regular work and then try to do reselling and then try to do this too, that's like being full time. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you later on.